Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome to this week's episode of Reals&Feels. I'm your host T Greasy with my co-host
Janelle.
and our producer extraordinaire.
Ceemajor.
Shout out Blue Haze, doing what he does in the background,
Shout him
making
out.
audio.
Shout
Get
him.
with it,
Shout him
Joel.
out for everything.
Everything. Ceemajor.
Yeah. Shout
How you-
him out for everything. I'm doing well. We was discussing some things before on there. I ain't gonna get too specific,
Nah.
but it's certain things where you see when you say you done with somebody, and there's a certain leveling up that's happening. Little small increments, like it may not seem much from the outside looking in, but when you got a little intel of what's going on, when the wardrobe is getting together,
Well, talk about
how the crib's getting taken care of, a new whip just appeared on the scene.
Talk about it.
I seen many brothers have their hot boy summer get ruined to pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? So like I seen this before. My man, I heard them talking on the other side. Yeah, man, I'm out. Yeah, she said it is what it is, and we out here. What's good? We on all moves. The next thing you know, they taking summer field pictures. Somebody's dandelion garden. Like it's
What you say? It's flowy dresses and the hand around the belly pose.
It's flowy dresses and handmade shirts. So I'm just trying, to tell y'all, peep game.
Peeping game. Absolutely. Can I continue along that line? Because I've been noticing some things as well. Some IG stories looking different out here in the streets. I see what y'all doing out there. And I thought we was grown. I thought we was damn near, Generation X. We 50. We trying to figure out, some of us trying to figure out where our retirement coming from, the stock market looking. People are worried. I thought we were all worried about the same things, but I'm starting to see that that's not the case. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Especially us Black Generation Xers, we are not fucking with nothing that the rest of the world is dealing with. We are still living our lives for most of us who are able to continue to do that. We still living our lives. And boy, y'all are showing off. There's some of y'all, I know y'all don't work for the government. I can tell.
Niggas not worried.
Hell, not worried at all. I'm gonna tell you who's up. Them service members is up. Them HVAC niggas, them roofing niggas, them plumbing niggas that we ain't talked to because we went to school. All them niggas we dubbed. Hey,
niggas had Rose Bar going crazy.
Slim cops. They up. Every job that didn't, every one of the dudes that our daddies told us to stay away from because they knew them, because they was one of them, or whatever the fuck, whatever karmic reaction or whatever the fuck they thought they was gonna get, they up. All them Bamas is up. Security niggas up. Up. Trips are being planned. I'm seeing shit booked. Usually I see a timeline of all ladies planning their girls' trips, getting ready for the summer, the past 6 weeks I'd have seen the fellas, they meeting up in a different spot in Mexico, like some shit I ain't seen. I'm like, wait a minute, it's some new shit popping off. Oh, y'all got money. Okay, day traders, y'all keep doing y'all thing. Y'all are killing it out there, killing it. But
folks who know how to play the losses are doing very well.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Bama's out here buying new short sets.
Speaking of niggas who know how to play the losses, because I got a nigga who gambles, but also day trades. So it's like I've seen this nigga play the losses on both occasions in both worlds. Shout out to my nigga. He just posted some light shit, or some shit that'll help a nigga like me out, but it was like talking about first day back type shit. Fuck
it's
you.
Light shit for him, but life changing for other niggas.
Yeah, I was away last week. Thank you to the crew for holding it down. Spent the weekend in New Orleans, little quick joint, little drive down on Friday, drive back on Sunday. We'll never do that again. Flying only. Flying only. Especially if I didn't give myself a day off on Monday, Miss Janelle, which you know is the cardinal rule. I did not do that. And we had an event the day I was driving. So the day I was driving, we had brunch and we left after that. Bad idea. Never do that again. Never do that. For some strange fucking reason, Miss Janelle, I thought this was going to be light work and I could get back.
You playing that shit like me.
Yeah.
Breeze. My thing is this. You knew who you were going to brunch with.
Yeah.
Her brunch status is unfuckwittable, and you thought you could.
Yeah, we were in some exclusive shit too. Like, so it wasn't no green, grassy backdrop type bullshit. Nah, there's some shit where, you know, some of your favorite chefs on the Food Network have claimed to have their favorite thing out of this restaurant. Like, this is one of them joints where you can't just walk in there off the street and think you're going to get a seat. Nah, it wasn't one of those type of brunches. It's one of them places where if you had on sneakers, they had to be of a certain ilk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go in there with Jordans that you think are fly. No. Like, you can't go in there with Travis Scott Jordans and think you putting your fit together. No. Like, those shoes still don't cost enough for you to wear sneakers in this house. No, your sneakers gotta be of a different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me tell you, that's real shit.
Real shit.
Jordans, you just got to pay extra $60 to get in the club.
No. This is different. I saw sneakers. I was like, because the joint she gave to us, you know, our cousin, she let us know. Look, this is you come correct here. You know, no sneakers. No hoodies, no, nothing like that. So I had my fit ready. Like, I came and I had my brunch attire right, but I did see sneakers in there, which made me think about it. And then I was like, oh no, those are sneakers that I did a quick Google search. I said, oh, that's why they let him in, because I didn't even know what that was until I took a quick look in the computer here. And then I realized they cost more than 3 car payments. And I was like, I'm good. I see what's going on in here.
Those sneakers paid for his brunch. Like, them.
Slim. It's every time I go somewhere new, it reminds me of just how much money is outside. Like, just free, just outside. Because I make a decent clip. I don't consider myself rich by any means. Like, I still got to work for my. But I was in the same spaces as teenagers who had no care in the world, who were just running up and down Bourbon Street with their parents' credit cards and just having a blast. And here I am looking at shit, looking at prices. Oh, market. Sure, I could do that. No problem. I could do about 3 market meals and their whole table is full of market. Like, it was just different. It's a different thing. But I said all that to say thank you all for holding it down last week. Y'all did the damn thing again. I really do appreciate it. I came back from New Orleans, tired as fuck. I wore the wrong shoes. The pavement it's not like a regular city cement. It's kind of a in between cobblestones. It's like stone and then some cement, and then you got to watch where you step in because there's holes in the sidewalk, and those holes are filled with liquids that you don't know. You're not sure what that liquid is. And then there's solid
in the dark.
Then there's solid waste on the street sometimes that you got to avoid. I say this for anybody who's never been to New Orleans and you waited till you 40 something to go, it's probably not the best experience unless you a partier, unless you still one of those that love to get blackout drunk and just fuck it, we just living and do your thing. That's great, but I care too much about my shoes.
Oh
my gosh, it was
So
That
not
was the
white,
first
not
part.
white Air Force approved.
No. Bring your lawn kicks, whatever you don't mind getting, whatever you don't mind possibly throwing away.
Bring your dad Nikes. What's that? The Monarchs?
Yeah, bring your Monarchs. Definitely need some cushion. Definitely need some. Bring your 992, your old 992s.
Yeah,
The joints
Jones
you
you
cut
cut
grass
grass.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
bring those. You know, like I said, anything you don't mind. Just as you get to the airport and they tell you to remove your shoes, you don't have no problem removing them and throwing them in the trash and put your flip flops on and going back to safe cement, safe travel.
You can't bring them Jones back to your home state.
Nah. The amount of scrubbage that I did on one pair of sneaks was disturbing. Them joints sat out on the deck for a little bit, and then I had pollen to worry about. Like, it was just a lot. So that's my one recommendation. Other than that, if you can get over that, food is fucking 10 out of 10, like everybody says. I didn't have one meal that I didn't enjoy while I was there. Shout out to because she took care of a lot of it. That's how you do. And that's another thing. I want to come back here and tell y'all we doing it wrong. Like,
oh, that's fine. I knew that. That's fine.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
That's
okay with doing it wrong for a couple more
Major,
years.
When you turn 35, you're supposed to invite us to your city and like feed us, party, all of that on your dime. Let's do it. Come on.
On my birthday.
On your birthday. Yes. You inviting us to celebrate 35 or 40. We can wait.
We'll push it to 40.
We'll push it to 40. Your big 40th birthday jam.
I'm gonna invite y'all niggas to Forestville.
You fucking up Forestville?
Fucking up Richie Road. Fuck y'all talking about?
We fucking up Richie Road?
We fucking it up.
So the what's the little carry out spot?
Carry out jump right by the right behind the 7-Eleven.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Show y'all time.
I'm not mad at that.
We could just go sightseeing at Walker Mill Park.
Sightseeing at Walker Mill Park is kind of nuts. What I tell you is she went out of her way. She definitely made it a great trip. She took us to all of her favorite spots. And then, some of the free time that we had, she was shooting us texts. Hey, try this while you're here. And if you have time, go to this spot. I recommend this spot. And if you want a really good beignet, go here. Even though, this other spot is known for it, but go to this spot. It was dope. It was dope. A lot of care went into that weekend, and she had a ball, and that's the most important thing, is that she had a ball. I know I enjoyed myself. Ma and T-Boom was, what's so cute about Ma and T-Boom? They're about the same height, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't claim to be. I'm not in no way, shape, or form am I, like 6 feet or Duncan or nothing like that. Like, I know where I fall in the scale of short people, right? But they're just really short. So watching them maneuver around and walk around, it was a new level of comedy for me, because their little legs just be going. And they got some batteries in their back. Let me tell you, they could go. They tore up New Orleans. Every time they text me, they was up before us and they was out in the streets before us. And we over here now. We over here now. I'm like, I look at Gerasmo, I said, can you imagine how swiftly their legs are moving as they navigate?
Just pity patting all over the cobblestone.
Sound effect, like, come on, man. Come on.
That shit was amazing. They followed us. They went with us the first night. I went to the casino. I got to stop past the casino. I had a hot 400. I said, let me go see what this hot 400 do. Realized quickly that blackjack was not. The dealers weren't trying to give us no money on the blackjack game, but their side bets were paying, and nobody was betting the side bet. So the side bet is like, you got 2 cards showing. The dealer has one, obviously, and then the side bet is like a game of poker. So if you have a straight flush with your cards and the dealer's card that's up, then you win some money. If you have 3 of a kind, then you win some money. If you have a straight, then you have some money. If you have a like, it's rules like that. First night I get in there, I lose $125 or something. So I realize I'm picking up that these side bets are winning and nobody at the table is playing them. So I start playing them, and I went a little 50 here, so I'm working my way back up. And out the corner of my eye, I see Gerasmo pull up behind me, and then these 2 little figures just walking behind. I said, "Oh, it's time to go." They done blew through they hot 40, so now we gotta go back. So we went back, and I told Gerasmo, "I gotta come back. I think those side bets got my money. I can go get my money back with the side bets." Went back the next day, sat down for about 30 minutes, hit about one hand, hit 650 and got up. You've been happy. Hit that joint straight flush. I bet both of the side bets, won $100, you know, 100 to 1 on one hand, and I think it was 50 or 30 on the other hand, and took that shit and walked out, and that paid for the trip. So I love that. Friday night or Friday when we arrived, let me back up. The happy hour was at a place called Oceana's. It's fucking amazing. They had she reserved the courtyard for us. So a lot of those restaurants in the French Quarter has it's like an opening in the middle of the building, and you can see all of the different levels of the buildings in a rectangular shape. It was something you see out the movie. So that was that to me, that was amazing. Like, I'm at that age now where I'm looking at architecture and shit. Like, oh, I've seen this in a couple of shows that I watched that were based out of New Orleans. This is really interesting. This is really beautiful in real life to see those type of structures. And again, it was just Bourbon Street lived up to the hype. Unfortunately, I'm old and washed, so I did not stay up with the hype. I was on Bourbon Street where the hype was just simmering when they was.
You slept through the hype?
Slim. 9 o'clock, I'm ready to shake my ass. I'm ready to bust it down, but the clubs weren't. So I went back to the room and laid it down. I imagined somewhere around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, the clubs were where they needed to be, and I was where I needed to be, which was in bed. But yeah, the trip was dope. Came back Sunday night. Thought I was going to have enough time to do what I need to do with the podcast. It was way too late. Wound up falling. As soon as we got here, I just crashed out. And then Monday, work happened. And then Tuesday, Gerasmo and my son fly up to Maryland. Our oldest, the spoon stiller, was having ACL surgery, so they flew up there to be with her. And I wanted to go, but work was just too much. It was too much going on. I had to be in the office, so I couldn't make that trip. But she's doing well. She's recovering fine, which left me in the house the entire week alone. And I don't know how y'all feel about being alone in homes. It was quite an adventure. Every noise, every crack, every creak. I had a plan. I had some makeshift defense measures. Like a couple of old cans of paint.
I'm about to say what you have rigged up, nigga.
Traps.
Went through the Home Alone handbook. Nigga.
Oh, 100%. I knew exactly where the paint cans were. I pulled all that shit. I'm like, if they try to come in through the sunroom, they're gonna have to make some noise. And it wasn't like to fuck anybody up. It was just to alert me that somebody's in this motherfucker. Like, never mind the alarm. Like, maybe they bypass the alarm.
They're so skilled that they bypass the alarm.
But they gonna
them motherfuckers, that string with them cans tied together, that's what it's gonna fuck them up. They wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah, they wasn't looking at the blowtorch I had dangling over the front door. Yeah. So yeah, it was quite interesting being here by myself for about a week. I haven't done that. Ooh, it's probably been a year since I've been here that long by myself. But around Thursday, I started to feel myself a little bit. I started to feel like a grown up. By the end of the week, I was feeling good. Yeah. By the end of the week, I was feeling good. Tuesday night, I kind of stirred myself up. I got real anxious and had a mini like panic attack kind of going on because I kept thinking, I was like, what if they do this? What if somebody gets in here? What if, and to the point where I was laying on the bed, like doing the short breaths, like no lie, it was quite dramatic. And when I called Gerasmo, she said, why didn't you call somebody? You have family there, call them and let them know that you're experiencing this type of anxiety. I said, you're right. I was just trying. I don't know. I figured it would pass. And then it raised another concern. And I know I'm talking a lot. I'm rambling quite a bit, but being home alone is scary as fuck when you're older. There was a couple of times I almost tripped up the steps and I said, they're going to find me like this. Or like, I can't forget to not have my keys. Like, it's just shit like that. Like, there's no backup plan when you're down here by yourself. Like, there was so many things that could have happened with me just being in the house that I'm like, I need to look into medic alert. I need to look into
nigga. You act like you're not moving around. Like you, I feel like if you lost a leg, you could at least crawl yourself to if your phone on the couch or something. Like
you say that as an able-bodied young 30-something, but what I'm telling you is, when you get in your upper 40s, shit hit different. Is what I'm saying.
You can still walk, B.
That's what I'm saying. Like nigga,
it might hurt.
Yeah.
You trip and fall. You can still We
you
not at breaking hip age.
I don't really be hearing you breathe hard and shit for real. Like at least you keep it under wrap. Like yo, you.
But I hear what y'all saying and it sounds logical. But what I'm telling you, being in here, taking a shower every day is dangerous. Let me tell you all the things that are dangerous. Lotion in your feet. Dangerous as fuck. It's a lot of shit we do just casually that if you by yourself, you can fuck yourself up and somebody could just find you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my thought process was going
on. Lotioning your feet, sitting down, standing. Like how are they going to find you? Because if they find your shit folded up, because you try to lift it up and it locked in place,
folded up, locked in place. My hip ain't as mobile as it used to be. Yeah, laughing at my
next
pain.
time I see you, if you got the fucking chain on with the little joint that you push and then do the alarm and flash the lights and call the people, nah, B, we not there yet, man.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it made me think about a lot of. That's what drove the panic attack. Is what I'm telling you. It's like I just kept thinking about different ways on Tuesday that wish I could be laid up somewhere and nobody would find me. I'd be good and stinking by the time. Like we ain't had no pet. Like we low key been, we've been trying not to use Amazon as much. Like I even thought about that. I'm like, damn, Amazon man ain't even going check like. I would be folded up on the steps and nobody's delivering a package to say, oh shit, there's a body on the steps. All I'm saying is I gave a lot of thought to that Tuesday and I know it was extreme and I worked myself up, but that was my week. That was my week. How was y'all's week, man? How's it going?
My week is all right. Took a little hit with the stocks, but my portfolio is diverse enough that it wasn't crazy. I really did. I'm comfortable with coasting. I'm not gonna sell off. I'm gonna just let this play out how it does. Work was chilled out. I found out that my mom's favorite member of the pod is actually Major.
Yo, he
That put
might be
some
mine
things
too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
that put some things in perspective for me. So Major, I'm gonna just send you the details of what you need to do. What happens, when she gets older and how that's supposed to happen. I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Okay, all right. That's
She's in the worst hands. You leaving her in terrible hands.
absolutely.
Nah, you like Major. You good. The
Let
dude
him
that's
be
been
your
my
executor.
nemesis. Exactly. A state being shambles. Um, actually today, the Don and I are going to celebrate our homegirl's birthday. And I was just thinking about how dope it is to have people in my life who are older and younger. Because to talk to people who've been through some things and give you some shit to aspire to is really valuable. Like, if you don't have friends that are at least 10, 15 years older than you and 10, 15 years younger than you, get some. Because they can help you with your perspective on life and show you, give you a little roadmap to where you want to be. Like my mom is a clear beacon of what my 70s is supposed to look like to me. But my homegirl is a beacon of what my 60s is supposed to look like.
Okay.
I think that's really valuable. So yeah, we celebrating her this evening. But yeah, the week was regular.
That's what's up. Yeah, my week was just chill. Shout out to Lisa's older sister. It was her birthday. She celebrated by coming through unannounced and leaving her other child over the crib. So you know, shouts out to you. Happy birthday, sis. Well, granted, this is the older one that's here, so he's a little bit more reasonable. The younger one that stays with us is just every day. I just try to think back and was like, was I this much of a
Yes.
dick? Was I this much of a? Did I eat this? I knew I ate that much, but it was just like to see that shit happen in front of my eyes. You talk to him and there's a verbal response, but the lack of comprehending a damn thing that you just said, it's crazy. Now that I think about it, yeah, I was 100% on that, but it's just some reflection, just some reflection that I thought was interesting. Um, Outside of that, I ain't really did too much. I did fire up the grill yesterday. Um, Shout out to the mom-in-law came through. She came through with all the meats. Just I just came home and it was just a spread on the table, and I was
Spread
like,
of
I
meat.
guess a
Here,
spread of
son.
meat. Yeah, here, son, take this meat.
Wow.
And then so I made it do what it did with that.
What the fuck?
That's
Hey,
really, really.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, man. That
Jesus.
was. Mm.
Well, nah,
Wait, what she
shout
said?
out.
She said, "Here, son, take this meat."
Here, son, take this meat. You know
Okay.
what to do.
Yeah. You know what to do. Just
You know
made
what
it
to
even.
do. But shout out to my bros and them. Due to a recent change in like childcare availability for us, I had to take off this week during the week, and I couldn't take off on the weekend. The bros I missed the chance to link up with everybody, go to the Phillies versus Dodgers game. But they took pictures and shit.
I'm sorry.
I was about to say it was real because my man. Shout out to my man Zay. He stays in the Pennsylvania area, so ain't nobody seen him in a couple. So that was just something like the picture was heartwarming. Wish I was there. Fuck you, T.
I'm sorry. It was the way you said it that just made it extra funny. My bad.
That's why I'm going back to 5-minute total audio major.
Nah, come on, man. Like y'all lit it up. I ain't even going.
I need special joy major.
Yeah.
Knows what to do with the meat.
Oh boy.
Hey man, rub it down, flip it. Set it on fire.
Whew.
So the trip to see the Phillies versus Dodgers, you missed.
Yeah.
You had baby
but
girl.
It looked like it was cold up there. Yeah.
Don't try don't try to throw shade on it.
Nah, it looked like it was warmer down here. Like,
nah.
Little hate makes it better. Little hate makes it better.
That's what it does?
Yeah. Niggas had on pea coats and hoodies and shit. Like you
I
talking
ain't want to be out there in no hoodie.
Nigga, I was outside my shorts and t-shirt, nigga. Looking at my backyard.
You won.
Fighting wasps. I won.
Amazing. Sounds amazing. So, I guess let's get into some. Oh, no. What are we doing?
Okay.
What are we doing?
Wow.
Hold on. It's been a minute. I had the wrong thing up. My apologies. The touchy subject is what
yes.
You got one for us?
I do, unless my position being taken again.
Ceemajor, you got a touchy subject for us?
Nah.
Okay. So
he's right back to himself. Don't worry.
The universe is back in order. All right. Do you consider yourself a leader? If not, why not? If so, what kind of leader are you? Okay.
I do consider myself a leader.
Okay.
But I'm not the type. I'm not the verbal, outspoken leader. I'm gonna show you. Like if you watch me, you'll see how it gets done. But also, my statistics are gonna show as well. So I'm a performance type leader.
I'm sorry. The first three things were so anti-leadership qualities.
I ain't gonna tell you shit.
I ain't gonna tell you shit. Just go see me over here shining. And decide to follow.
Rashad McCann said the leader is the best player on the team.
Okay.
And everybody know Rashad McCann.
Holy shit. Okay.
Jeez, okay.
No, like really, the first three things you said were so anti-leader that it was like don't. I can't. I'm not gonna tell you shit.
No, but
and what stats are these that you? Never mind.
I'm just talking about like in my professional life, because right now I tell you, like, so if anybody asks me a question, I'm always willing to provide the answer or help get to the answer. Mm-hmm. And that is just me naturally too. So I'm always, even if it's little kids, if they asking me some wild shit. But like, yeah, outside of that, it's strictly performance. If you ask, I tell. And yeah. I ain't starting no speeches. I ain't calling no meetings. I might tell somebody who wants to call a meeting what to talk about. Again. I feel like I'm a leader by proxy.
Major, you leave from behind.
Behind every strong manager is major. Behind every strong leader is a player like me.
I can't with this dude. Behind every strong leader is a player like Major. Got it. Oh, wow. Okay. Do I think I'm a good leader? I think I am. I think I'm a good teacher. I think I am a good example of work ethic at my job. That's just job stuff. As far as socially, I think I make a lot of decisions for, if we're trying to figure out what to do as a collective. I tend to make more of the decisions and lead the group towards an activity or spearhead an idea. I think, but I also think my crew is pretty diverse. I think we're all leaders in that aspect. I think we all bring something to the table. Miss Janelle come with the fire trips. Miss Janelle and I both come with the fire eats. The moves that we make as a collective, I think we all kind of share the role of leadership, and because I think we all we've been fucking with each other so long that it's like, who feels like being a leader this week, um in the household, I'm definitely not the leader. People prop me up as it, but I'm not the leader. I'm not in charge here. I realized that a very long time ago. The kids are in charge. Their mother is in charge. Their biological mother is in charge. Let me straighten that out. They are in charge. I serve them. Everything I do.
It's for them, but I get that.
It is completely, I don't even play around with this imagery that I have some type of leadership going on here. Like, the most I could do, I guess, in one area, like I lead by example, similar to what Major said about I'm pretty quiet and I'm pretty much in the background, just making sure shit gets done and making sure we got the key
when I
component.
say it.
But I'm not claiming to be a leader. The difference is,
this is the spot where she says she does not lead.
yes, this is the part
that
where I said
it sounds like a leader from the background to me. That's all I'm saying.
Sound like your type of leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the background making sure shit is done, but for the most part, they pretty much spearhead decisions, and that's cool with me. I have way too much. I'm learning to let go of that. What I thought was so important at one point in time. I'm cool. I'm cool. They're not. They're doing. They're not leading us down the wrong path. Everybody has the same objective and the same goal for the household. So I'm absolutely cool with whatever decisions are made that they just tell me about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. It don't bother me at all. At all. They're like, oh, we're gonna do another garden. I'm like, cool. Like, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna get this tree chopped down. Sure. Whatever you want to do. I hired a lawn care service. Awesome. Cool.
You're there with encouraging words.
I'm just there with a guy said we need a new roof. Awesome.
All right, perfect.
Great. No, whatever they say is cool with me. I'm tired. By the time I get home, I'm tired. So I'm letting them lead and just tell me how I should participate. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. How about you, Miss Janelle?
I'd say in the workplace, while I hate it, I'm forced to be a leader sometimes. I don't want that kind of pressure, but I am a person who likes to get things done, and so I will find myself in that position. I think my style, I teach, I show people how things need to get done. I think I'm pretty motivational. I'm always telling people when they do a good job and how they're supporting and why I need them to continue to support in that way. So in the professional space, I am a reluctant leader. socially, it's just, you said it, Grease. Like, we know what we trying to do. Whoever come with the idea, pick up and we do it, and that's it. So I think that role is shared amongst us. Much like in the house, like um, it's really a legit partnership in here because we have different responsibilities. We have different things that we're clutch in getting done, and it kind of shakes out like that. I go to Blue Haze for counsel on things. I think that he appreciates my counsel on other things. Um, but I also think that leading is service. So we work in service to each other. So I think that's how we share the leadership responsibilities. I think in my family, I'm very much a leader. Uh, and it's interesting because I think my mom set me up to be to be that. I think she figured, I've been doing this long enough. I'm gonna put it on Jay because she knows I'm gonna get it done. I'm a planner. I'm a sometimes overthinker. I'm an organizer. Uh, so I would say amongst my family, I probably lead the way in a lot of things that involve the entire family. But it's cool though, because I like them people, so it works.
Ceemajor, do you think who's the leader in our family? You think?
In our family, like our immediate,
Yeah.
it's definitely T-Bone. Uh, eh, before I just go to just a complete generalization. I think it does. It may change, but depending on circumstance. I think for like anything activity wise, is T-Boone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for anything, I would say like important decision wise, that'd be you. And then like for I guess like family events and things that probably go to mom. So like I think it's split up.
So you're also not a leader amongst your family, is
I
what you saying?
No. Oh, you thought I was gonna fit myself in there? I'm in the
was
background,
hoping
baby.
that maybe you would accept some
You would
leadership.
shine here.
I'm on
Yeah,
the
man.
grill.
Major's leading the meat.
I tried to pull. Wait a minute. Yo.
Oh,
Ceemajor, leader of the meats, is great.
it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would like for you to take on more of a leadership role, Ceemajor. I think it's time. I think you don't have enough on your plate.
He got a whole fresh baby. I don't think you're doing enough, me.
They want me to check on my halfback ass uncle.
Yes. I don't think you have enough going on.
It's not enough.
No. You are the senior Neil. You are the most responsible Neil in the DMV right now. So you have all of those responsibilities as well as trying to raise your family. Sorry, that's just what it is.
Hey man, let some of our aunts and uncles tell it.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Slim, they look. I'm not gonna go down that path too much, but none of them were your age in taking care of somebody. None of them. But they love to tell people your age what to do and how they're supposed to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it like that. But yeah, Ceemajor, step it up, bro. Step it up. Where are you?
You gonna go home, tell mom I talked to him.
I talked to him. I told him, I'm like, you have to work every day. Go check once. Oh man. Miss Janelle, I did find it interesting that your mom prepped you as opposed to the older sibling. I have these conversations all the time with the Don about being the older sibling and what type of responsibility that is, and how I've tried to separate myself as much as possible from a lot of those responsibilities. But
yeah. You know, people just have different strengths.
Yep, absolutely.
I think a big piece of it too is I'm child free.
Mm-hmm.
So I was told it wasn't enough on my plate, and I was given more to do. Pretty much. That's my contribution. Since I didn't bring a grandchild, then here you're gonna put in some work.
There you go. And like soon as they start talking to you, at least from my perspective, as soon as my mom started talking to me about shit, we start having those uncomfortable conversations about you getting older now and da da da. Like I had her share a location with me. I'm like, you down here just roaming around. Like somebody got to know where you at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the person that's always going to check your location. But if you go missing, it would be nice to just be able to see at least where your phone is at. Cause but I noticed though, in our having those conversations, that it was almost like a passing of the leadership torch in a sense, because now I don't know if you've experienced this, but I've experienced mom asking me more questions about decisions that I'm like, I know you made these before. I know you've done this. I know you've navigated this area of life before, but I'll get those phone calls from time to time. What do you think about this? And da, da, da. And she'll just run something by me, and I'm like, I feel like you could do this on your own, but okay, I'll add my 2 cents and see what happens. Right? Okay, so you've experienced that too.
Yeah, and it was interesting too, you know, like the dynamic of my mom being an only child and not having anybody to bounce things off of at the time of her mom's passing. I became the go-to, you know, for the, you know, my grandma took care of many of the details prior to going on to glory, but there were still some things that needed to be decided and some logistics that needed to be figured out. And, you know, where I have a sibling to bounce those things off of, if, you know, as life progresses, she didn't have that. So I became, because I talked to her the most, just naturally. And, you know, they give a piece of advice and be like, I don't know how valuable that is, but this is what I think. And then you find yourself in less critical moments having success with giving your take on things, and then it works, and then I think the habit builds from there. Then it becomes, oh, well, Jay, you worked that out last time, what do you think about this? And then I was like, I probably have one good idea every 6 or 7 months. You just caught me on a good day. This might not be the path, but you know, that's how I be. Like I said, I'm a reluctant leader. I'd rather be left alone.
Sounds like you acquired to be the type of leader that Ceemajor is.
Come on.
Yeah, I want to. Yes.
At the end of the day, all I hear is a little bit of me and y'all's descriptions. And it seems like I'm leading.
Yeah, he is.
He ain't say shit. I just followed what he did.
Yep.
Which is nothing. And now I lead
Guru.
Like
this motherfucker is a guru, and we didn't even know it.
Hey man,
they gonna travel thousands of miles to come sit at the temple and watch you work.
Watch me just
Nothing.
just be in that bitch, just
sipping a Corona, rolling a J.
Rolling J, cutting on Call of Duty.
Yeah, and they be like, "That's it.
This nigga got to figure it out.
That's it.
He's getting up. He's getting up. He's getting. Oh, he just do something in the trash. God damn.
That's it. That's so powerful. So powerful. So powerful. Oh shit, that was a dope touchy subject. Appreciate it. You want to hit the other joint you had in here, Miss Janelle?
Oh yeah, so a black man on Twitter a few days back made the basic statement that he thinks more black men should go to college. And boy,
oh wait a minute. Okay, so he said he thinks more black men should go.
Yes. And
I'm trying to understand that. Okay, but go ahead.
Because he had, there are stats that show that black women attend college at a much higher rate than black men do.
Okay.
And he was saying, I think it'd be good if more black men went to college.
Okay. Does he understand what happens and why they're not going to college?
That is where people came in to offer up their rationale as to why black men don't go to college.
It's one thing to say that and be completely obtuse to the fact that there are actual systems in place preventing that from happening at a large scale.
Yes.
Okay.
But what some people pointed out was, you, sir, who are listing the systems that are in place that provide barriers, which other groups have similar barriers, but you are not subject to that. So it's like, you can't be on TikTok saying that the system is putting black men in jail and you're not in jail. So it's like, if you're saying, that's just one example, but there are people who were not subject to the issues that they were saying, and then they're saying, oh, but I didn't go to college. And so I was just saying,
okay.
Y'all
I see how this went. Okay.
Niggas coming with every excuse except for theirs.
Exactly. So I was just saying, we on this pod, we have a black man, a person in that demographic who went to college. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what are y'all takes on why, there might be a divide.
This is tricky. Ooh, this is tricky.
Yeah. Now we getting in the same boat that them niggas was in the comment section.
I was just asking y'all's take.
It's tricky. I'll let Ceemajor start though. Lead.
All right.
For those of you listening, he just leaned back.
Oh man, I'm gonna speak around the cases that surrounded me. There was I had a friend who did not go to college, and school just basically wasn't for him. And that was even high school. He was good in subjects, and he could understand the basic principles that came with English, writing, and math. But he was just not a student per se. Especially beyond the formal education in the public school. Had another friend where it was strictly financial. And his mother just basically like, I ain't paying and I ain't taking no loans out, so either you doing that shit or what's up. And he decided that he tried. Again, he wasn't the best student, and for his money, he didn't feel like it was worth it, so he entered the workforce. Mm-hmm. Try to think. I had another friend who, I guess, are we just talking about just going in general or those who completed?
Let's just get them in the door. Let's just
get them in the door. Okay.
Get them in the door. Right. So at least the two examples that you have, one said, nah, it ain't for me, and just decided not to do it. The other person said, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
And then discovered it wasn't for him.
Exactly. Yeah. But the two most common things that is just basically going to be examples of those who did not have, whether it be financially, or those who did not have, and whether it just be the capacity to take their education to a higher level, whether it be sitting in the formal classroom, whether they didn't test well, things of that nature. Oh, and I had like 2 niggas who got locked up too. So I mean, if that's what if we're touching on that too, like one nigga exceptionally smart. The other nigga probably was just gonna get locked. Jail was for him, but
Jail was for him.
jail was for him. Yeah, he's locked up again. But yeah.
Do you have any friends, Miss Janelle, where you was just like jail is any girlfriends where you like jail is for her? She's just going.
No.
I don't have any friends.
No one that I thought their destiny was jail.
No.
In high school, you didn't think the nigga's destiny was jail, but you were glad you were his friend. Like you was...
Okay, that's different. That's a little different. I did have some people that I knew. I wouldn't necessarily consider them friends, but I knew I was on the good side of a particular person, and that's where I wanted to stay. Yeah. So, okay.
As long as whenever you get out, nigga, you don't see me as a lick.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with
Shout out to you. It sits up. Put something on his books.
Matter of fact, I ain't reached out to the homie in a while.
In a minute.
We go ahead and put some noodles on that job.
Get his honey buns up in there.
Yes, honey. Yeah, get his little J-Pay up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So what do you conclude from your friends, your group of men? So nobody finished school? Do you have any friends that graduated along with you? Okay.
Yeah. Because that friend, like, I had within my immediate friend group, like my close friend group. Yeah, I had another one that like now I think about it, another one that I got like 2 couldn't do it, 1 who did it and tried, and then 2 who made it through. But we all cool, close as ever, different in our own in our own respective ways. But I can't say that, especially for the 3 that didn't finish or didn't go. One actually, I can't say maybe school, if he would have applied himself properly and got the proper networks, he would have benefited. And that's the one who excelled, and he excelled in math, and science. But yeah, outside of that, I can't see where school would have necessarily made a major difference in my other 2 friends.
I think that's the other thing that is often left out of the consideration when we had these conversations about Black men in school. It's like, okay, so what does that have to do with? I understand that some people talk about the placement of Black women in society who are educated and them feeling like they can't relate, or the pool of Black men that they may relate to might be a little bit smaller because we don't have as many in school. But I often feel like that's kind of I don't necessarily feel that that's true either. I have like some of my smartest friends didn't finish school. Some of the people I reach out to and talk to the most never went to college. I have very deep conversations with good folks that just school wasn't, they didn't finish school, they didn't graduate, or they didn't even try, they didn't even attempt to go because of whatever barrier that blocked them from going. But also I had a couple of friends who just didn't feel like they needed it. They had connections in other areas, or they knew they were good at this, or they wanted to try something different. Maybe they went to the military, maybe they did something else completely different. It just, I don't necessarily put I'm not going to put a ton of weight on Black men not going to college and that being a reason why there's, you know, an issue in the community. And I'm reaching there because that wasn't part of the question, but I'm just reaching. Often when I hear that question come up about Black men and their not being able to, or the barriers to getting into college, it's often associated with relationships and Black women and, you know, dating outside of the race and why do they date outside of the race and all of that other bullshit. And I'm just saying that to me, that's a minute part of the of the of the puzzle. Like, yes, you are more likely to date people that you are around. And if I'm in a school, if I go to a PWI and I'm around white folks and Asian folks and all these other different ethnicities, and there's probably 8 Black men amongst the 200 or so Black women that are in my school, yeah, the selection is not going to be deep, but I don't, you know, that's college. I don't know how many people it take that relationship from college and then that transitions them into family, marriage, you know, the whole nine. I'm not. I need to see the numbers on that. I'm not fully convinced that that's a huge part of why there's such a disparity. Miss Janelle, you thinking? You
sorry.
thinking? You look frozen.
Listening. What was interesting to me, like you said, was
I think she might be frozen.
Thinking about romantic potential.
It's getting choppy.
Yeah, she got some.
This that pandemic Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it is. You might need to rejoin, Miss Janelle, because it sounded like you was getting into something deep, but it was freezing. And you in standard definition right now.
It's that 240.
No. she got 2 megapixels up right now.
Look like GTA 1 and shit.
Slim. Look like Atari graphics out there. But have you heard a lot about, like, amongst your peer group, Ceemajor? Is there a bunch of discussion around the education and all of that? Is it because you're in a relationship where, frankly, it's opposite for you? Like, she's in school now,
right?
but you finished.
Yeah.
So,
I can't say that in the circles that I've been in, whether it be me and Lisa out with mutual friends or just her friends, or even me and out with other coworkers and stuff, I haven't heard any specific situations where I hear Black women speaking to the education level or lack thereof. If anything, I've, especially in my field, I worked with more Black women who have had less education than me, and in some cases some other Black men that have been in my field. So it's, I can't say that I've heard that specific thing of Black women looking for, desiring more education from Black men. I mean, again, my personal small little sample size.
got you. All right, Miss Chanel, you look like you back in HD.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You know, I think that, like you mentioned, Grease, when you were talking, that the discussion trailed off because people were thinking about it in relation to romantic relationships, you know, and looking at it like an indictment on people on a personal level if they didn't go to college. And I was like, the statement that the dude made was very benign, I think, which I'm, you know, in itself made it personal for him. I think more Black dudes should go to college. He apparently had a good experience. He's like, it was lit for me. I think y'all should do that shit. Very simple, very to the point. And I think people attach a lot to it. And then that's where the discussions came from, because it devolved quickly and it got real nasty. And I think that too many people equate or conflate formal education with knowledge. And when women are saying, I want a college educated man, some might be speaking to the earning potential of a man who's going to college. Some might be speaking to, I want to be able to discuss certain things with a man. And I think that if he's gone to college, that would be easier. I think that, people who have been to college understand the critical thinking that can be nurtured there. Exposure to concepts and ideas can be nurtured there. Exposure to literature. A beautiful thing that I share with Blue Haze is the ability to talk about books. And I think that people get that muddied. And so you have women online barking about black men need to go to college because of this. Black men barking like, we don't go to college because of this, which had nothing to do with college itself. So it's like, if you look statistically, there's a divide between how many black men graduate from high school versus how many black women have graduated from high school. So that step in itself is going to make the numbers different. It's like a 2-point difference between people who actually finish high school, the prerequisite to going to college. So I think a lot of people poured more into the conversation, but what you're asking for is a well-rounded individual who I can connect with. I think that was what was at the heart of everybody's conversation. And then, you get into the money factor and people coming in talking about, well, we go to trade school and we can do this and that and do this. It's like, number one, trade school is not the opposite of college. Trade school is also still school. Trade school also requires skill. And I think people were taking that piece out of it. But yeah, I was like, y'all know that the answer is usually the easiest thing y'all think of. Some black men don't go to college because they don't want to. Some black men don't go to college because they can't. And it's that's the same answer for every demographic. There's white men who don't go to college because they don't feel like it. There's white men who don't go to college because they can't. There's black women who don't go to college because they don't want to. Black women who don't go to college because they can't. But I think that it was a good chance for people to talk about what they really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And that is my romantic prospects, my potential to live in this society where people need to make money, my potential to connect with a person who's kind of on the same level. But then you have conversations with folks and say, I know teachers and social workers who have full-blown master's degrees who can't break the $50,000 or $60,000 threshold, and I know people who just have a GED and are making 6 figures with no problem. And so it's like that's not the conversation that you should be having. College isn't the conversation. And then it's like, I know people who are well educated as far as formal education goes and have 2, 3, 4 degrees, but can't put together an email, can't have a conversation. So is it like you have to think for yourself, are the people that I want to connect with people who are thinkers, people who are worldly in their knowledge, people who are compassionate, people who have the same values as me? And college don't mean any of those things. So I think that becomes a catch-all conversation when people want to have a different discussion,
Yeah, I think so.
For sure.
Well said. Well said.
Met some of the best plugs in I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's real shit. That's real shit. I learned a lot. I learned a lot outside of the education.
Yeah.
Outside of the formal education in college.
Definitely.
And I think a lot of people conflate that as well.
And it's people I met with many degrees, and I'll be like, where you say you went? Because I need to write them a letter say y'all committing fraud out here because you're saying that
one ahead.
this person is a master of something and they're not. They are absolutely not.
Completely not a master's in what is that again? What does that say?
Yeah. What's that? Yeah.
Masters of Business and Administration. Oh, okay. Because you
That's
know
interesting.
this business shit is not your thing. All right, we got a couple of John news stories. The first, I just want to hit on one in particular. Val Kilmer passed away this week at 65. Been battling. He was battling cancer for a minute, right?
11 years, man.
11 years, yeah. So if you're not familiar with Val, he's kind of obviously taking a step back from the movies, and sometime I think he made a brief appearance in the latest Top Gun movie, which was pretty dope for him to do that. But he had lost his voice at one point. He wasn't speaking. Two iconic characters for me would be Iceman and Doc in Tombstone. It just and then there was a movie where he played the lead singer of the Doors, and I wasn't even a Doors fan, but watching that movie, it just felt like he was that dude, and just a master actor. It didn't get a lot for me. I feel like he's famous, but it's almost like a cult type of thing. I feel like his career really got cut short by the disease, and would have loved to see him be able to flourish in more roles selfishly. But rest in peace. He had a great career, and not much more I can say beyond that.
Yeah, man, dope character actor. It's like you said, he became whoever he was playing. He became Iceman. He became Doc Holliday. So you would see him in a role, and for me, he would be that until his next thing. Excellent character actor. Left a great imprint on the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh shit, he was a Batman.
Yep, he was Batman.
Yeah.
He was Batman. Nobody talks about that role too much, but
it was Batman Forever. That's why I think
that movie was.
Yeah,
I don't know what was worse, him as Batman or George Clooney. And I don't even know if it was like his acting wasn't the problem.
That set of Batman movies was just all.
It was just bad.
It was all bad.
It's all bad. Exactly. How do we feel? Just quick hit here, and then we can wrap up. But how do we feel about Anthony Edwards attempting to or wanting to pay the full child support upfront?
Major, you want to go with that?
Oh,
because I have thoughts, but I don't want to.
I have thoughts as well.
I'm about to say my thoughts on that whole scenario are a little. It's interesting, but if you are truly committed to being 100% deadbeat, and if you understand that you got to fulfill this contract, and if there is a method to get this contract out the way, I mean, not saying I support it, but if this because now we eliminate any chances for any ill interactions for court meetings here and stuff of that nature. I hear people bringing up that's a splash in the total amount is a splash based on this contract. I mean, that's whatever the judge work out. So I mean, I feel like honestly for trash niggas, if this is their way, if this is a possibility to get the way out, and especially if, and understand, I get it's supposed to be about the kid, but if there's just no need for interaction, then why not?
I think you did a lot of dancing, and I agree with you, but not for the same reason. I don't think this is trash at all on his part. I think this is savvy. I think this is smart. I think if the judge were to allow it, then he's going to get away with a big one, and that's fine. He's made it very clear from the very beginning his stance on this pregnancy and this woman in particular. And if I were him, I would have attempted the same thing. Um, and to your point, yes, understanding that this does not redeem me from being trash of a human being, but if I don't want nothing to do with you, or let me just write this check and be done. Now, what I say about like it's savvy in the sense that the dollar today is not the same as the dollar would be 18 years from now. So if a judge were to allow this to happen, my thought process is that hopefully the judge is taking into account that the dollar today is not the same as the dollar will be in 18, and that money needs to go into an account that will generate the interest, and it will be dispersed to her on a monthly basis. That would be my hope, but who knows how this shit works.
What's the young lady's name? Aisha Howard?
I believe so, yeah.
If I'm Aisha Howard, I am petitioning the judge to let him do this. And I'm thinking about it from a safety issue. Because this is a cat who's told me that he hates me. This is a cat who has means. I don't want to go back and forth with a cat whose earning potential might put him into the ability to pay people to make sure that I have an accident, or make sure that me and my child have an accident. If you want to drop off one check for me to get the fuck gone, sure. Because he's a lame nigga, a deadbeat, all of this. But what history has shown is these type of dudes, when painted into a corner, have the potential to be dangerous. You want to give me one lump sum and go? Sure. Because I don't want to go back and forth with a nigga who hates me and has absolutely no regard for my child. This wasn't worth it. This check baby wasn't worth it.
No. No.
And I would just want to get away with my health and safety. Because I don't want to do with access to potentially hundreds of millions of dollars being like, oh, this bitch again. Won't be me.
That's what I'm saying. Like I need the judge or somebody, some type of lawyer, to set up a trust, put that money in there, disperse it regularly to her on a monthly basis, and then also that money is gaining interest so that she's not losing money, or the kid isn't losing money as the dollar does what it does in the next 18 to 20.
If I'm her, I'm saying bet. You don't have to prove to me how much you hate me and this baby. Because it's not going to get better.
Is anybody concerned? Like, there's no talk about this from the sports networks. I'm not hearing nobody talk about this at all.
The NBA actually does a very good job. I notice whenever, because he's not the only one. He's not like, even with the domestic abuse, like motherfuckers, the players, like, I feel like the NFL gets a lot of scrutiny when it happens, even though players may end up back in the league. But the NBA does the same exact thing.
All of the major sports.
All of the major sports,
yeah. Soccer's probably the illest.
Yeah.
Like, if you do a deep dive on some of the stars in soccer over there, it's
but it's nasty. Like the slope is too slippery. Who gonna speak on it on the player side? A nigga with 13 kids or 15 kids or 4 sets of ghetto twins, or like, so your peers aren't gonna speak on it. The league, if we get into like being reckless with your sperm, is probably the least of the worries with these networks.
Did you not? It was not SA, was it? Goodness gracious! By all means, like,
exactly.
Yeah. You're right.
I think it's a hard thing to even step into and say something, because then you open up the potential for other people's situations to be spoken on, and that right there, where nothing illegal has happened, the league, I'm thinking, is going to keep their hands off, and as long as you're able to perform your duties, per our contract.
Hey,
We gonna keep it pushing.
In 20 years, when everybody that cares about this is older and nobody's really speaking about it, that doc is going to be something, boy.
Whoo.
The doc
But I
is
tell
going to
you
be something.
what the doc ain't gonna be: woman found slain or woman found
Yeah,
a
that's
car blown up next. No, if I'm a woman in that position, I'll take whatever you're gonna give me and I'll go away quietly. You will never hear from me again. Period. I'm not gonna give a cat the chance to feel like I'm bothering him when he's got that type of resource. No.
Yeah, it's pack him up and go away. We're citizens of a new country now. Well, she can't even do that because she got other kids and
oh yeah, that's right.
with daddies that want to be daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, oh, good luck. Good luck to her. Good luck to the kid. Good luck, especially to the kid. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She made a series of bad decisions here.
I just wanted to touch on that subject from a different perspective.
And so did he. Sorry.
That,
gotta be fair.
Like because she has the label of, being this type of woman to potentially get with a star, hopefully a little younger than her, and potentially do the trap pregnancy. And always, especially becoming a new parent, that concept is just wild to me, which makes me not. I'm like, either she, like, if that's what she does, if she wants the baby to get this money, like, you're a beast to continue to try to be the primary parent for these children for the check. I mean, if the money's worth it, by all means, but I feel like that concept is wild.
The concept is not wild if you're getting $5,000 to $10,000 a month from the fathers. If you're getting 20,000, if you really hit a lick, and are getting 30 to 50 grand, you're not raising this kid at all. Typically, you have the resources now to afford a nanny. You have the resources now to send that kid off to boarding school. If you truly are an ain't shit baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, you being a mom is the furthest thing from your mind. Like, this is not about being a mother to them. This is about, I have a lifestyle, and maybe I hire and like I might be off by saying boarding school, because if not being a mom
education,
like that might even be. Yeah, we've seen it. We've known and seen people walk around with their kids and they look like $1 million, but the kid looks like whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's on a thousandaire scale. We're not even talking about millionaire shit. Like, if she's truly not shit, that kid can look anywhere, and it's even more disheartening when the dad doesn't want to be involved, because now you got two parents that ain't shit, and your well-being is second thought, maybe even third or fourth thought. So to your point, Ceemajor, I think, in certain cases, if she really wants to be a mother, then I'm with you, because that's a lot of work. But if you are truly ain't shit and this is how you make a living, then odds are you're not being a parent anyway.
Gotcha. So. All right, that was me being naive then.
But that's crazy too, though. Like, you putting your body through a lot of stress with each pregnancy. You putting your life at risk with each delivery. Like, that's a wild thing to commit to.
One of the deadliest jobs. It's up there with Deadliest Catch. You need a fucking show on every channel. No bullshit.
Real.
Like, Basketball Wives is bullshit. Like, we can say that that's bullshit. We need an actual Gold Diggers Deadliest Catch type show where we can really understand the threats. To your point, Ms. Janelle, how do you navigate fucking with a nigga that really don't want to deal with you? You know what I'm saying? And got all the resources.
Got ninja money.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
I tune in every week for that shit.
Hell yeah.
I find you
actually playing this week.
No.
You fuck with a nigga that can get John Wick to come deal with you. Nah, man.
Yeah.
No, we good. I'm good on that. You got it. and I gotta be, and yeah, to your point, and I gotta put my body through this thing for 10 months, possibly 12, depending on what type of complications might arise from it.
Yo, the
Shit.
scene, the episode where they got the OG chick in the joint, you just hear the hospital bed beeping. Beep.
Yeah.
Beep. The doctor said if I do it again.
Yo,
Look, that's real shit. Somebody needs to be writing this up.
that
That's real shit.
preeclampsia ain't no joke, man. That diabetes that
Yeah.
you losing teeth and shit. Yo, pregnancy
Hair
is
falling out. Yeah, all of that shit. Yeah. All of that shit. I mean, poor Lisa was walking around with back pain for what? 8 of the 9 months?
Yeah. Her shit kicked in early.
Yeah. Most people are like, "Oh yeah, I went through that, girl. It was 3 months." She like, "Hell, nah. This shit is nah. Nah. It ain't for it ain't for the weak." And to a certain degree, you almost it sounds like we might be bigging her up a little, putting herself through
think
that.
I can come up with 10 scams that I would rather do
Oh yeah,
than
100%.
put my body through pregnancy and fuck with a nigga who hates me. No.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather text y'all about easy pass tolls. That's what I'd rather.
You rather be the number.
Yeah, I'd rather be the number that text y'all about easy
I'd
pass.
rather become scam likely
Yes.
than do all of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. But again, good luck to the child, because
Yes.
unfortunately, that's just bad all the way around. I got nothing else, really.
Nah. Cause
Okay.
I wanted your take on the Juju Watkins and
Oh
yeah.
fresh.
I saved that for you.
Moms has gotta chill in public. That's all. That J Day. First of all, I understand what she's trying to do. So the story, the images went out a couple of weeks ago. Juju and Jay Daniels sitting next to each other, taking in a game. I think Juju just played, and so a couple of things happened. There were a couple of edits floating around out there, and I had to do a deep dive because what I saw initially pissed me off, but I had to piece everything together. So the first clip I saw showed Juju and Jay flirting a little bit. It appeared that they were flirting, getting to know each other, smiling, a whole lot of teeth. And I ain't see Juju's teeth in forever. Like, she's always very aggressive and very. She always looks like she's playing ball, like, even when she's like on the red carpet. Like, you never see her teeth. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. They look like they at least getting to know each other. I don't want to presume that anything further was happening. And then it chops, and then the next clip you see Jay Daniels' mother sitting between them, and she appears to be talking in that mother tone, and she's got her face kind of bent up, and she's pointing straight ahead, and no indication on what was said, no indication on why it turned. But I had to do some digging, and I found another clip where Juju was sitting next to Jay, and Jay Daniels' mother was on the other side of Juju. So at some point, she was sitting next to them while they were communicating, getting to know each other. What happened? Don't know what changed to where, fast forward, she's in between them and now pointing and looking, looks like she's getting on him or to some degree. So there's a lot of missing pieces there, but what we do know from her own words is that she was going to do everything in her power to protect her son from these girls out here that might be trying to snake him. I'm all about that. I feel 100. I'm 100% on board with trying to protect your kids as long as you can. I think where you go over the line is embarrassing. Don't embarrass your kids. He's an adult. They're adults, and one of the things that
rookie of the year,
rookie of the fucking year, and the best rookie season we've seen in quite some time in the National Football League. destined for greatness, you gotta let go at some point in time and not look like you're disciplining him in front of people. Like that's just at some point you gotta let him be an adult and be responsible for his own actions. And him being outside with Juju, completely innocent, they're in the public. What do you expect is going to happen? It just seemed like overkill for me. And what I want to caution her, or what I would caution her if she ever were to listen to this, is to say that you run the risk of not being a part of that next deal. And that's the deal you want to be a part of. Like, you're the manager now, and it's real cute, you know, the second pick rookie contract is pretty sensational. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of money there, but it's the next contract you want to be around for and maintain your position as his manager. And you run the risk of not being there for that second contract if you continue along this path of embarrassing him. Like, don't do that. And I don't know if he is looking at it that way. I don't know. But I'm just saying, just as an outsider looking in, it looked crazy to me. And I think there's a different way to handle what she's trying to do. You can pull him to the side. Let's have a quick talk. Understand that you sitting here giggling and kikiing with Juju. Rumors are going to fly. Are you sure you want to have that image out there? Da, da, da. We could do that to the side. It doesn't have to be in front of everybody where it looks like you damn near Joe Jackson out here. Like, it looks crazy. It looked kind of crazy. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
And have your eyes on the prize, mama. The contract, 3 years? That's the money.
That's the money. And then, like, if there is, I mean, granted, she's still in college, but if there is probably a prospect for your son,
that part
might want to be the hottest thing smoking coming out of
the next coming of Jesus Shuttlesworth on the female side of the boat. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
If we really think about the future, now we like I know this is years ahead, but the grandkids gonna be crazy.
100.
Like,
yo, I was thinking about all of that, Ceemajor.
It's gonna be
best
crazy.
Believe. I was like, yo, the genetics here are crazy.
Ain't no telling
Mom,
what this
chill out. Even if it's a oopsie, chill out. It's the genetics. You have you're in line to be the manager of the baby. Like,
yo, come on, what are we doing?
You're fucking up your career now.
Oh, shit. That's real shit, and it's like you've parented him already, and the knowledge that you've given him should suffice. And the fact that you're in his life and he can always come to you should suffice. You embarrassing him is crazy. When he is actually looking for love, or look like, as a woman, it's other niggas out here. Because if this is what I got to deal with, nah, never mind. It was just really a bad look. And I think, you know, the way that parents teach their children about relationships is very indicative of how they see relationships and how they function in relationships. And it's like, were you getting with dudes for the come up, then you're probably going to see every person like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like you need to do some self-reflection. But I think that parents who are really for their kids can trust their teaching.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But that display was just horrible and ugly. And Juju Watkins is not the person that you say that about. You know, because I think people didn't even understand. Like, she's like, I'm trying to protect him from these women. That's because I can guarantee you, because Juju Watkins' mother was behind them. Mm-hmm. She's not looking to be some baby mama. This woman is driven. This woman is elite. She's about her business.
Way more to fucking lose,
right,
than Jaden Daniels. 100%.
So that whole thing just looked crazy to me.
Yeah, that was.
I was about to rebuttal on that, but I was like, nah, if she was to get pregnant or some shit.
Yo,
like that.
Right. I mean, we see it now. She fucked around and tore ACL. Yeah, the money is not guaranteed. This is NIL. This is not guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you got this situation, this disparity, which leads me down another topic that I don't want to get too deep into, but I do want us to think about it for a future episode. Is the NIL deals seem to be benefiting women's basketball, the stars of women's basketball, more so than the men, because why would I leave and go for the draft in the WNBA? They're not paying me
They're not
as much
paying.
as the school is, as these boosters are.
Right.
Why would I leave South Carolina? Why would I leave UConn? Why would I leave Tennessee? Why would I leave UCLA? Why would I leave USC? I can get my Nike sponsorship now.
Yep.
And get this money from the NIL. When I enter the draft for the WNBA, that shit is a fraction. It's pennies on the dollar. It doesn't make sense. So she has everything to lose, especially at this point in her career. It's just a nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think moms look silly with that, and I hope that he had a conversation with her. Like, nah, this ain't it.
I don't know, man. I get a sense that it might be hard for him to do that. He reminds me of a lot of guys I know who have that type of relationship with their mom, and it's tough, man.
Ladies, stay away.
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that.
Because that's his mom's man now.
No,
that's your man.
And that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to a lot of women. Yeah.
Stay away from niggas with moms like that and niggas who hate you.
Yes.
Two very key points, two very key takeaways from today's episode. Thank you both for your contributions again last week. I am gonna clip it up. I know I'm late as fuck, but I'm gonna clip it up because I had to tell Gerasmo was sitting in the airport for a while waiting on her flight. I said, yo, check out the Reals&Feels episode with Jay and Ceemajor. Yeah. That shit is that shit got me home, yo. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I looked up, I was like, God damn, I was in traffic. Now I'm home. Y'all really did kill that. And it helps me, it makes me feel a lot better about it made me feel bad about not giving y'all enough time to prepare properly, because it was such a great show. And then also it just reminded me that the three of us really do have a lot to contribute to this show, and we do a great job of it. And at any point in time, one of us could be like, yo, my bad. And Miss Janelle, you have had perfect attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only person PTO count is great
here, man.
Yeah, your PTO, you are outstanding employee of the month, employee of the year so far. Really do appreciate it. But thank you all for tuning in. As always, you can find us on Instagram at Reals&Feels. You can find us on TikTok at T-Greasy. Clips are up on TikTok primarily, and Instagram. Got a few out there on YouTube as well. But you can find the for the free folks, the video episode will be posted Tuesday afternoons. For those of you who are Patreon subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support. We do appreciate it. You guys are the backbone of this podcast and supporting us financially. You get the episodes first. Try to get them out to you Sunday night at the very, very latest Monday morning. So thank you all for your continued support there. I want to run something past y'all.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, and then I'll run something past you.
You sure?
Yeah.
I just want to remind y'all to please like, subscribe, and share on YouTube with us. And on the community tip, for my rich aunties and uncles, support the kids in your life. Put something on them lunch bills. Help with some of them AAU fees. Mm-hmm. Help some of them kids in your life get an instrument. Pay for some lessons. For my aunties and uncles who have the resource of time, volunteer. Big brothers and big sisters is still a big thing. They're still needed. Volunteer with your loved ones. Say, hey, I'm gonna take Shorty to lunch. I'm gonna hang out with them. I'm gonna take them to a movie. Give these parents a break. But become the village, man. In any way that you can, it matters. Young people need mentors and role models outside of their parents. And it's a good way. It's a good way to build.
Absolutely. Good shit. Anything from you, Ceemajor?
Man, fuck them kids. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I legit I made sure, like, it was actually after Mila was born. I got all the birthdays of all my good men's kids, my homegirls and all that. I tried my best to send, if not, even if I can't send like a gift directly, I just send the parents something like, hey man, just like do something on behalf of me for the baby, even if it's getting you a bottle of wine, like because you've been dealing with the baby, or like just go ahead and take care of that, and that's on me. Tell him Uncle C was thinking about.
Good shit. I like it. Until next time, good folks.
You said you was about to.
It's for y'all though. It's for y'all.
Oh, I thought it was.
I said it out loud. I meant to save it for later, but I want to talk to y'all.
My bad.
They'll find out about it later.
Bet.
All right.